So the first thing that we have in progress is mood. So this is to do with the feel or the vibes of not only the website, but the whole project, because the mood will really inform things like colors, type, logo, and basically pretty much everything that's part of this project. It's a design project, so it's not just the logo, it's not just the web layout, it's all of it. So we need to put a bit of research into this. So the first thing to do is, where do we store our mood? Well, not personally, but for this project, we're going to store it in a place called Figma. Now, Figma is a design tool. You can sign up for free. You can use your own here, like Sketch or Photoshop, or even just a folder. You can make your own folder here called Research and send it to the client in, say, Dropbox. I like to do it in Figma because I can just send the client a link and they can play around with it themselves and also add their own things in here. So I've just signed up and I've been using Figma for a while, and I've got my own place to put things in here. So currently this is what you start with on a new project. I'm just going to rename this up here to Area Oslo, just so I know what I'm talking about here. So in here, what I can do is I can start adding my mood board, my kind of images, which is going to inform the project. Now, one thing to kind of start with is we have some assets as part of this project. So I'm going to add them to into Figma. So in my desktop, I've got all of these, and I'm just going to take the 5 from here and I'm going to add them into my project. So here, if I zoom out, I'm just pressing Command and minus to zoom out. I've got basically the start of a mood board. I've got 2 in here because they've just not finished downloading at the moment. So I've got my images set up, but let's say you don't have any imagery to start with. Let's say you're not an artist, or you're not working with a client who's an artist. Where would you get any kind of imagery from? Now, the first thing I'm going to suggest is Unsplash. Now, Unsplash, it says up here, photos for everyone. You can kind of basically search for whatever you want. And there's lots of examples up here. So we know we want to make a modern and clean website. Maybe I'll type something like modern in to see what we get. And in here, we can start to pick some of these images. So maybe I like this kind of color. It's nice and bright. I'm just going to copy this image and paste it into here. So we're starting to get a bit more of these kind of mood boards coming together. And I could use these in my projects. Because this is Unsplash, you just need to credit the people that you're working on. So maybe if I take this one, I have to give some credit to this guy up here. I'm going to copy this and put it into my project as well. So I'm starting to kind of build up some kind of feel for this and get some colors. I know this is fairly geometric. It's got sharp edges. It's very, shape based. Obviously everything is shape based, but very kind of circles and lines and triangles are all over the place and quite bright as well. So Unsplash is a great way to kind of set these things up. You can also have collections in here as well, which is really useful. So I can click collections in here. Maybe I want to do modern architecture, and I can pick some photos from here that kind of go together. Now, we use Unsplash as part of SuperHigh. We use this as part of our own projects. If we're making fake projects up, this is where we'd actually look. So this is a really good resource to get imagery. And we've used these imagery as part of, we've actually made these from Unsplash photos. So we've taken 2 Unsplash photos and just added some color as part of the SuperHigh design team. So maybe we don't want to just add images, we want to add websites, we want to add some type in here as well. What kind of websites do we want to look at? So let's give you some more resources. So in here, there's places like SiteInspire. SiteInspire is a place for the best sites on the internet. And in here, you can see all of these different sites. So maybe I just want to click on this one, Daphne Wild, and open this one up. And maybe what I want to do is go, look, this works for me. I can take a screenshot of this and actually put it into my mood board. There's other kind of inspiration websites such as Hoverstates, hoverstate.es, and in here there's lots of kind of examples of what we can use. Again, this is more of the kind of modernist kind of style as well. If you want something that's a bit more marketing, there's things like Landbook. Again, Landbook, maybe I kind of like this style. I'm going to click on this one. Maybe I want to see this and go, this is the kind of feel I'm going for. Again, I'm going to copy this image and paste it in here, kind of start to build up my mood board a little bit more. There we go. Just move this over here. So we can see that we're starting to build up this kind of feel. If you want something more brutalist, something more architectural, let's say, there's other things like brutalist websites. Again, I can find the things that I like. Maybe this kind of color is quite bright. I'm going to copy this image and put it in my mood board here. So I'm starting to build up a kind of feel. And these are kind of like bright colors and lots of straight lines that I'm actually using in here. There's other places to kind of collect these as well. Places like Arena is pretty good. So Arena, I can go to examples, I can sign up and do lots of searching. If I scroll down here, again, it's called Mood, which is pretty helpful. I can scroll down and see, maybe I want to kind of see more mood channels. If I open this up, there's more things. So this could feel like what I want. So again, if I just click here, open this up as color schemes. So someone called Daniel Bayer has made this up. Again, I'm going to open this up. I could take this image and put it into my mood board. So I'm getting a bit more of a feel for all of this stuff going on. Now, of course, there's classic places like Pinterest where you can type in things like modern. It doesn't have to be websites. It doesn't have to be logos. It could be just from architecture. It could be from anywhere that you want this feel to come from. And the idea of what we're trying to do is collect as many of these things together and even group them. So let's say we want to group things together into like bright and maybe kind of muted. I can just add some text in here. Click the text icon and I can kind of select this area and write something like the bright colors. Now this is quite small because most of my images are quite big. I can just select all by doing Command and A and just make this a little bit bigger. I can pick some type in here. So this is the brights area, maybe bright colors. I make this a little bit bigger. I can change the text if I want to as well and start to collect these things into different areas. This is maybe bright, this isn't so bright. So I'm going to move this stuff around. And what I can start to do is basically kind of collate things and make it, this is my web area over here, this is my bright color area over here, and just really start to collect things. Now, the one thing I'm going to do before we move on is we're actually going to sort out the pages of this because I don't want to do everything in this one area. I kind of want to clean things up as I go along. Now, in Figma, there's this idea of pages. I can click this page 1, drop down up here, and I can just rename this by double clicking and type mood. So this is my mood area where I'm working on. And what I can do now is send this over to Aria and say, hey, is this the kind of thing that you're looking for? Or is there a particular area like the bright colors or the more muted colors that works for you? How do I send this over? Well, in the top corner up here, there is share. And if I click share, at the moment, the only person that can view it is anyone with a link, which is just me, of course, and the owner. I can copy this link and actually just send it to anyone that I want to. So here what I can say is like, hey, take a look at this. You need an account if you want to edit. You can actually see my cursor up here. Let me know what you think. If she signs up as well, she can add some comments on here and say, this is the area that I'm thinking about. This works for me. This one doesn't work for me. And I can see the comments come back to me up here in this comments panel. At the moment, of course, there's no comments. I can actually see this hidden person up here, this anonymous person is over here. I can just add a comment, say, this is the thing that works for me. And I can post. And we can see as we go along this, it just makes it really easy to get client feedback. So this is one of the reasons that we're using Figma. I'm using all these resources to kind of work out a mood for this. The next thing we're going to talk about is going to use some of this imagery to work out a color scheme. How do we actually go from this kind of look and feel? And we're going to prove this by Ari saying like, yes, this is all good. I like what you've done. Usually we'd wait for sign off for this. We're going to work on this color scheme in the next video.